Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to add a complete transaction history feature to our Flutter banking app. By the end of this video, you'll have a fully functional transaction page with filters, real-time updates, and beautiful detailed pop-ups. So let's get started. Alright, the first thing we need to do is add a dependency. We're going to use the international package, which will help us format dates and times nicely in our transaction history. So open your pubspec.yaml file. Now, right after your last dependency, add a new line and type, international. This package provides internationalization and localization utilities, but we'll mainly use it for date formatting. It'll turn ugly timestamps into beautiful, readable dates. Next, we need to create a new file for our transaction page. In your lib folder, right-click and create a new file. Let's call this transaction_page.dart. Perfect. Now we have our new file. Before we write all the code, let me show you a quick trick. We're going to create a basic blank version first, just to make sure everything compiles and runs. Then we'll fill in all the details. So here's our blank file. Let's create a simple, minimal transaction page that does nothing but shows a blank screen. This way, we can add the routes and make sure everything connects properly before we add all the complex code. First, our imports. We'll need material for the UI, Firebase auth to get the current user, and Cloud Firestore for our database. Next, let's define our color constants. We want to keep the same theme throughout the app. Now for the actual page. We'll make it a stateful widget since we'll need to manage filter states later. And here's the state class. For now, we'll just create a simple scaffold. Perfect! This is just a placeholder for now. Now let's connect this new page to our app by adding a route. Open your main.dart file. First, we need to import our new transaction page. Now scroll down to find your material app widget. You should see a routes parameter here with your existing routes. Here we go. You can see we already have routes for home and QR payment. Now we're going to add one more. Excellent. Now our app knows how to navigate to the transaction page when we call navigator.push named with /transactions. Let's do a quick test to make sure everything works. If your app is already running, do a hot restart. If not, let's run it now. Actually, you know what? Let's move on to updating the home screen. That way we can test it properly with the See All button. Now, the most important change, the See All button. Let's look at the build section header method. See this pressed on the text button? This is where we add the navigation. We're calling navigator.push named with the /transactions route we created earlier. This will navigate to our beautiful transaction page. One thing to note, we had to pass context as a parameter to this method now, because we need it for navigation. So at the top of the method definition, make sure you have build context. Alright, now comes the fun part. This will include filter buttons, real-time data from Firestore, and beautiful transaction cards. Now in our state class, we'll add a filter variable. This will track whether we're showing all transactions, just sent transactions, or just received transactions. Next, we need a method to get our transactions from Firestore. This uses a stream, which means it will automatically update whenever the data changes in the database. That's the beauty of Firestore. Real-time updates with minimal code. See how we're filtering by user ID? This ensures users only see their own transactions. And if a filter is selected, we add another where clause. Simple but powerful. Now let's build the UI. Okay, so in the build method, we first check if the user is logged in. If not, we show a message to log in. Then we create our scaffold. The body has two main parts, filter buttons at the top, and a scrollable list of transactions below. The filter buttons are pretty cool. They use a row with 3 expanded widgets, so they take up equal space. When you tap one, it changes the filter type variable and rebuilds the widget. Now here's where the magic happens. The StreamBuilder. This widget listens to our Firestore stream and rebuilds whenever data changes. We handle 3 states: loading, error, and success. If we're loading, we show a progress indicator. If there's an error, we show an error message. And if everything is good, we display the transactions in a list view. Let me quickly add the filter button builder method. These methods create those nice filter buttons with proper styling. The selected button gets a blue background. Unselected ones stay white. Now we need to create the transaction card widget. This is what displays each individual transaction in the list. The transaction card takes several parameters. The transaction ID type, which is either debit or credit, description, category, amount, timestamp, and optional fields like note, recipient, and sender. In the build method, we determine the icon and color based on the transaction type. Debit transactions, money going out, get a red upward arrow. Credit transactions, money coming in, get a green downward arrow. We also format the date using the international package we installed earlier. This turns a Firestore timestamp into something that much nicer than a raw timestamp. The card itself is wrapped in an inkwell, so it's tappable. When you tap it, it calls the Show Transaction Details method, which we'll create next. Inside the card, we have a row with 3 main sections: the icon on the left, the transaction details in the middle that expands to fill available space, and the amount with category badge on the right. Now for one of my favorite parts, the transaction detail pop-up. This is a bottom sheet modal that slides up from the bottom when you tap a transaction. We use showModal which is a built-in Flutter function. Scroll controlled, true parameter, lets us make it as tall as we want, even full screen if needed. We set the background to transparent so we can create that nice rounded top corner effect. Inside we have a container with a white background and rounded top corners. At the very top we add a little handlebar. This is a subtle UI pattern that indicates to users they can swipe down to dismiss. Then we show a big circular icon, red with up arrow for sent money, green with down arrow for received money. Nice and clear visual feedback. Below that, the amount in large, bold text and a status badge that says completed. In a real banking app, you might have different statuses like pending or failed, but for now, everything is completed. Now here's the detail section. We use a method called buildDetailRow that creates a nice layout with an icon, label, and value. Let me show you that method. Each detail row has an icon on the left, then a column with the label on top in gray, and the value below in bold black. This pattern makes the information easy to scan. We show transaction type, description, category, recipient or sender depending on the type, the date and time formatted nicely, any notes if there are any, and finally, a shortened transaction ID. And at the bottom, a big blue close button to dismiss the modal. Simple and clean. Alright, our transaction page is now complete. We have filters, real-time data, beautiful cards, and detailed pop-ups. Let's move on to updating the home screen. Okay, now we need to update the home screen to show real transactions instead of those skeleton placeholders. Let's find the transaction history section class. Here it is. Right now, it's just showing skeleton loaders, those gray boxes that don't do anything. We're going to replace this entire section with real, functional code. I'm going to replace everything from the transaction history section class down through the skeleton container class. Don't worry, I'll explain the important changes. First, let me add the getTransactionStream method at the top of the class. This is similar to what we did in the transaction page. It creates a stream that listens to Firestore. We're limiting it to 5 transactions. This gives us a little buffer for sorting without needing a Firestore index. Now, in the build method, we check if the user is logged in. If not, we return an empty size box, basically invisible. Then we create a StreamBuilder. Just like in the transaction page, this listens for changes and rebuilds automatically. We handle 3 states again: loading, error, and empty. For loading, we show 3 skeleton loaders. For errors, a nice error message. And for empty, we show no transactions yet with a receipt icon. When we do have data, we take only the first 5 transactions and map them to transaction row widgets. And we still need our skeleton loaders for the loading state. Let me change this into transaction row skeleton class. This creates those animated gray boxes you see while data is loading. It matches the layout of the real transaction rows so the transition is smooth. Now let's create the transaction row widget. This is simpler than the transaction card. It doesn't have all the fancy date formatting or the tap functionality. It takes the same basic data, type, description, category, amount, and timestamp. We determine the icon and color just like before. The layout is simple. Icon on the left, details in the middle, amount on the right, clean and readable. All right, all our code is in place. Time for the moment of truth. Let's test this thing. And that's it. We've successfully added a complete transaction history feature to our Flutter banking app. We learned about StreamBuilder, navigation, bottom sheets, date formatting, and so much more. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or if you want to see specific features in future videos. The complete code for this project is available on my GitHub link in the description, and if you're looking for some UI inspiration, check my other playlist to get inspired. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Happy coding!